full attention. Why don't you tell me about it? Lucas held out the drawing. 3 lopsided stick figures sketched in crayon on a sheet of copy paper.
It's our family. This short one is me. This one with long black hair is you.
And who's this, up here at the top? Anticipating the answer, Angie felt her throat tighten.
That's Daddy, up in heaven. He's looking out for us, just like you said.
That's right. Do you want to put this picture on the fridge to remind us?
Okay.
Clutching his masterpiece, the boy scampered down the hall toward the tiny kitchen. Angie gulped back a surge of emotion. It wasn't easy, living with daily reminders of Justin. But she'd wanted to make sure Lucas didn't feel fatherless. She kept Justin's framed portrait at the boy's bedside and an album of snapshots on the bookshelf within his reach. His small fingers had worn the pages thin at the corners. Most of the photos showed Justin and Angie together, or Justin alone. There were no pictures of Justin's family. After the way they treated her, she wanted nothing to do with any of them, especially Jordan. It was Jordan who'd come on her birthday to bring the news of Justin's death. He hadn't said much, but Jordan's manner had made his feelings clear. Weeks earlier, the family had offered her $50,000 to walk away from Justin. If she'd taken it, Justin would still be alive. Angie would never forget the bitterness in those contemptuous gray eyes. How could 2 brothers who looked so much alike be so different? Justin had been warm and loving, quick to laugh and quick to forgive. The thought of Jordan conjured up words like cold, judgmental, mercenary, and manipulative. She'd had first-hand experience with that particular trait of his. The sound of the door buzzer broke into her thoughts.
I'll get it,
Lucas called. Stop right there, mister. You know better. Striding into the living room, she scooped him up in her arms. Their cramped 2-bedroom apartment was affordable, but the neighborhood wasn't the best. When someone came to the door, Angie made it a rule to send Lucas to his room until she knew the situation was safe. Maybe by next year, if her web design business continued to grow, she'd have the money to rent a small house with a fenced yard. Until then... The doorbell buzzed again. Twice. Setting Lucas on his play rug, Angie closed the bedroom door and hurried back down the hall. She didn't get many visitors here, and she certainly wasn't expecting company. Any unexpected knock tended to raise her suspicions. Jordan tensed as the light, rapid footsteps approached. Seeing Angie again was bound to be awkward as hell. Maybe he should have sent somebody else first. Someone who could assess the situation without putting the woman on her guard. But no. Whatever waited on the other side of that door, he was duty-bound to face up to it. He needed to do the right thing. For his family legacy, for his brother's memory, even for Angie. If time had mellowed out her stubborn streak enough to let her see reason. The deadbolt slid back. The latch clicked. Jordan held his breath as the door opened to the width allowed by the security chain. Eyes the hue of rich black coffee stared up at him. Eyes framed by lush, feathery lashes. Jordan had almost forgotten how stunning those eyes could be. He watched them widen, then narrow suspiciously. "What do you want, Jordan?" Her husky little voice, taut with strain, pricked his memory. "For starters, I'd like to come in." "Why?" She made no move to unfasten the chain. It seemed her stubborn streak hadn't mellowed in the slightest. "So I won't have to stand out here and talk to you through this blasted door." "I can't imagine we'd have anything worth saying to each other." Jordan's thin-drawn patience snapped. "You have a choice, Angie," he growled. "Let me in so we can talk like civilized people, or I'll shout loud enough to be heard all over the building. Either way, I'm not leaving until you hear what I came to say."